That's why I took a walk before filming this.
That's really smart. Life is
Yeah.
not perfect. Like, I feel like I'm doing nothing of my
Exactly.
life, and everybody's like doing so much interesting stuff.
Hello everyone, welcome in the next video on Perspectopia channel. Today with our team we're going to discuss the way how we're distressing and how we manage stress in our lives. Stress is a thing which everyone is experiencing. It's a totally normal thing, so I hope that these tips will work for you as it works for us. And enjoy. Let's first introduce ourselves. My name is Michał, I'm 17 years old, I'm from Poland. And I really like doing YouTube videos, really enjoy it. I really enjoy reading as well.
Okay, so I'm Amelie, I'm 16 years old, I am from Belgium and I live in Belgium, and I love filmmaking and playing hockey.
I'm Mehdi from Morocco, a basic 16 guy. I like reading, swimming and playing piano.
What do you think, guys? What causes people stress the most?
I think it's definitely school is a big thing.
Especially for our generation, like we have this stress of having good grades, a good college for at the end of the day, to have a good job, you know? Like we have this stress since our youngest age.
Do you guys think that e-learning is causing more stress than regular learning? But I think that I feel just better when I have only school. You know, it's like better for my mental health.
Yeah, for me too, but only at the time of my online classes. Then before the tests and the exams, then like I stress even more because I feel like I haven't
that's
listened
right.
enough during the classes.
Yeah, that's also my problem. Like I'm used to procrastination, and it's a really bad habit, and I don't know how to stop it. But it's like causing me stress because even when I'm procrastinating, I'm not enjoying myself since I know that I have stuff to do. But since I'm still not doing it, I'm stressing and doing nothing,
Really?
and it has like absolutely no positive effect.
And then there's one point where it's just way too much stress, and then
Yeah, exactly. I think that the thing that which might causes stress, it's, you know, people. Some people are just stressing you out. I think.
That's so true. Trying to fit in society and like being like you see everything on social media, everybody's life is like so perfect. So sometimes like I stress because I have the feeling that my life is not perfect. And like I feel like I'm doing nothing of my life, and everybody's like doing so much interesting stuff, and I'm like wasting my life.
You feel like judged since you see stories of people who are like enjoying themselves, dressing well, acting well, and you feel forced to do the same every single time.
Yeah, and when you don't do it, like you have this stress, like I need to do something cool.
I just deleted the social media for a couple days. It just helps me a lot. I like spend much more time than I should.
Actually, I never wanted to have
so
Instagram because I know that I'm already like procrastinating a lot, and that like I didn't before, and this year I created one, and I don't think it was a good idea since it's the same as you. Like I spent too much time in it, and it's like useless. But maybe it's like a good thing because it can help us think about something else and distress because we're not thinking about school or anything. But also it's just taking so much time that we could use for something else, for learning something or learning an instrument. But we can also talk about how we express our stress. Like when we're stressed, what do you do? Like for example, I used to move my hands and my feet a lot when I'm like stressed.
It's like when I'm alone, there's not really something like when I'm just stressing in my room, but like when I'm before the class and I need to do a presentation, like I'm really like shaking everywhere, and like if I have a paper in my hand, like it's really like you can see it shaking. It's so bad sometimes.
that's kind of normal thing.
Or I'm like with my hands, I'm like cracking my fingers. Even though I hate it when people crack their fingers, when I'm stressed, I still do it.
Yeah, paradoxically, like as you said, sometimes we hate when someone do something like in front of us. Like I hate when people are like shaking the table when I'm like sitting with someone and he's shaking feet and a table also. But I'm always doing it, so I guess that people also hate when I'm doing it.
What's your ways to distress? I recently started to meditate a lot. Just every day I try to meditate. It really helps to clear your mind. I use the Waking Up app. Do you guys
I
meditate?
did it sometimes before sleep just to be able to fall asleep
Yeah, it
very
helps.
quickly, and it really works. But I use like YouTube, like the
Yeah, exactly.
meditations videos. And it really helps. I actually don't know why I stopped.
I don't personally meditate, but I have friends who do it. And actually, I don't like. What do you feel? What do you do exactly? And what do you feel when you meditate? Like, I just never tried that because I never saw the point of
Okay.
it.
I know that some people might not see the point of the meditation. It's normal. I haven't seen that as well. When you meditate, I feel like, I don't know how to describe that feeling. It's interesting, like you don't care about anything, just sitting. At the beginning, I just wasn't sure if I'm doing it right, and the thoughts were coming into my mind. And then I was just nervous because I just wanted to meditate and I wasn't meditating actually. It was ending like I was like nervous about myself. Oh my god, I wanted to meditate and wasn't. Do you guys read any books?
Okay, when I read, it's most often for school. So I just the fact that it's for school, I don't like it and it stresses me because I have a deadline. But like recently I've read a book that's not for school and I enjoyed it so much. Like, yeah, it's such a difference when it's for school or just for yourself. Like, you have no time limit, you can read when you want, what you want. It's way better and I really loved it.
Recently, I've read a book which was for school, but it was like just great. And I don't know like if you love reading, Amelie, but and do you love reading and you don't like the books that you have in school, or you're just forced to do it?
Yeah, it just, I have always had like a thing in my head, like I don't like reading because it was for school, so I did not like it. But when you really, yeah, you just need to want to love it. Like I just, before even starting the book, I was like, no, I don't like this. But if you go in with the right mindset, then it really is so different.
Yeah, you're right, definitely.
And it just has to be a book which interests you. That's very important. Because when it's like boring, for school, like there are so many books which are not really interesting for me. And that's why I didn't like reading a couple years ago. And now I just read books like, you know, psychological books. I really enjoy that.
School never gives us like psychological books. And that's a kind that a lot of people really love, but school never will give us a psychological book to read.
Yeah, I feel that they give us like old books, but they should also give us like recent books to compare with them. I like old books too, but I do get your point. And for someone who initially doesn't love to read, it's just like so boring to do it, and to do it with a book that you're not even interested in.
When we have books in a school, so we are having books about the history, about Poland, you know, how it was about Poland. It's so boring for me, and maybe that's why I just don't like it. What's your ways to distress?
Swimming is like...
Yeah, do you swim?
I have the chance to have a pool, but not only in pools, like in the sea also, like just, you know, when you swim, you don't feel your own weight, and just like clearing your mind, not thinking of anything. That's something I like really, really love. Whether it's in the sea or in the pool, Atlantic, Mediterranean Ocean, like boats are great.
I just didn't swim that much in the past. Like, I just cannot even swim like on a good level, I think. Maybe that's why I haven't experienced everything like that. Yeah, sounds great.
Well, maybe the weather in Poland is not adapted to swimming every time.
Like for me, it's definitely like going on a walk or just doing like a little exercise. I can clear my mind so easily by just going to walk. when I'm like stressing, or I go on a walk and I think about completely other things, so then I de-stress, or I just think about the things what I'm stressing about, but like in a way calmer way than like when I'm home, like it just explodes, and when I go out I can think about the same things, but like I will be way calmer.
Yeah, I just experienced the same thing even today. Like it really works.
To walk on parks or just the streets.
Yeah, I have a lot of chance, like I have a big park next to my house, so I can always walk there. Like it's so that.
And that's like the best thing, walking in somewhere like natural and just feeling like the pure air.
It's proven by science, like walking in nature is so good for your mental health. It's even better than in the streets. So, like,
That's why I took a walk before filming this.
That's a really smart.
It should work.
Yeah, I was also like on a hockey training just before going, and it was like exercising, and right now I feel way more awake even. I was very tired before going, and right now not at all.
Well, sports is indeed known to like have a good impact on the body, like not only for the health, it's also like make your body produce more endorphins, which are the hormones of happiness. Also, but not only sports, but sports helps to do that, and that's just a great thing, especially if you like to do it.
There are so many science things behind it that like are so positive. You just need to find a sport that you really like. It's not really easy because you do not have the opportunity to test everything. But if you try like one sport that you really like, and that's like crazy. It helps you so much.
The sport I really wanted to try was like ice skating, but we have it as a distraction here in some malls, but we don't have it like as a professional sport. And that is something I would really like to do when I'll travel somewhere else. In the north there are like snow and ice, but in my town I've never seen snow. Like I saw ice, but I've never seen snow.
Just if you have like 10 minutes, instead of going on social media, just reading. It's so much better for you. And it's so easy. And just it just really needs to be done more.
But it's sometimes hard to get into it.
And social media are more tempting in a way. It seems easier. So you just like, that's why I said that social media like took me too much time, because I was used to read like a lot of books by every month, but now like I'm reading only a few books, and that's like something that's killing me, because I know that I want to do it, but I just don't have the motivation to start it.
It's just easier to open Instagram than a book.
You have way more information, like 10 minutes on social media and your brain is loaded with information. So it's way more stimulating for the brain.
It might be like causes anxiety, I think, when we have too much information, and yeah. Yeah,
and a book, like, it's not easy in the beginning, especially because like your brain, especially if it's like still social media, like you get so much information in one time, so your brain just works like that, and then your attention span is like so short. But for reading a book, it needs to be way longer. So that's also a problem, like, in the beginning. You really need.
Yeah, I agree. And the social media teaches us to have the shortest. I say teaches us, you know what I'm saying, to have the shortest attention span, like TikTok.
Yeah, like even good movies, I have more difficulties to watch from the beginning to the end without stopping.
I don't know if you guys play instruments, but it's just like such a great thing.
I don't.
It can be stressful when you don't succeed to play the song that you want, but most of the time when you like succeed, it's just give you like this impression of success, which is like really not incredible. Yeah, it can be incredible in some ways, but it's just like so distressful to like play a song in piano or in guitar and to like succeed it. Tell me, do you play instruments?
I played like a lot of piano when I was younger, but I stopped like 4 years ago and I forgot everything. But I really enjoy listening to music.
play piano since 6th grade, I think, and it's like something I really like to do.
That's interesting.
But also like listening to music. Well, I'm sure you're listening to music, and there is. I've read a study recently which is really interesting, and it says that such as sports music also help to create endorphins, and that's like just a great thing. Even though it's like a violent music like rock or something like that, as long as it's a music you like to listen.
It's crazy how it can change my mood when I'm like not really happy. I just listen to really happy music and it can immediately change my mood, and I can be dancing in my room. Or even if I'm happy, if I listen to a sad song, it can immediately make me also sad. It's so crazy. I can really live with the music.
Yeah, I do agree. Like the music has this power to make you feel a totally different way at the end of the song or the end of the song or the music, and that's really a great thing. There is a song like called "I'll Be Fine," and I discovered it in a series, and it's just like so cheerful and joyful that every time I listen to it, it's just like a breath and of happiness.
That's interesting how couple sound wave can change us. I think that's all for now. That's our ways how we distress and how we release the stress. I hope that you like this video, and see you in the next one.